Have you ever looked at a painting and felt like you could step right into it? That feeling, that incredible sense of depth on a flat surface, wasn't always a part of art. For centuries, paintings were beautiful, but they felt flat. So what changed? How did artists learn to hack our brains and turn a two-dimensional canvas into a three-dimensional world? Let's dive into the visual revolution that is depth illusion.
Behind every moment lies a scientific wonder. I'm Kale, and welcome to SciCurios, where curiosity meets science.
Before the Renaissance, art often looked like this. Figures were stacked on top of each other, and everything seemed to exist on a single plane. There was little sense of space or distance. It was symbolic, not realistic. But then, a massive shift happened. Artists in the 14th and 15th centuries became obsessed with one question: how can we make paintings look real? The answer wasn't just about talent, it was about science. The first major breakthrough was linear perspective, famously codified by Battista Alberti in his 1435 book On Painting. This was a game changer. Artists realized that by using a single vanishing point on the horizon, they could make parallel lines like the sides of a road or the tiles on a floor appear to converge in the distance, just as they do in real life. Suddenly, paintings had a geometrically sound, measurable sense of depth. You could almost feel the space recede into the background. Think of masterpieces like Raphael's The School of Athens, where the architecture pulls your eye deep into the scene, creating a perfect illusion of a grand hall. But linear perspective was only one piece of the puzzle. Our brains use a whole toolkit of visual cues to perceive depth, and artists learn to master them all. One of the most powerful is shading and light. By understanding how light falls on an object, creating highlights and shadows, artists could sculpt forms and give them volume. This technique, called chiaroscuro, makes a sphere look round and a face look three-dimensional. Instead of just outlines, figures now had weight and presence. Then there are other clever tricks. Occlusion is a simple one. When one object partially covers another, our brain instantly knows the covered object is farther away. Artists use this to layer elements in a scene, creating a clear sense of foreground, middle ground, and background. Another is relative size. If you paint two trees of the same actual size, but make one much smaller, we perceive the smaller one as being further in the distance. It's a simple but incredibly effective way to create a sense of vastness. Finally, artists mastered what's called aerial or atmospheric perspective. Have you ever noticed how distant mountains look hazier and bluer than the hills up close? This is because light scatters as it travels through the atmosphere. Artists mimicked this effect by painting distant objects with less detail, lower contrast, and a bluish tint. This single technique could transform a simple landscape into a breathtaking vista stretching for miles. Leonardo da Vinci was a master of this, using his fumato technique to blend colors and create a smoky, atmospheric depth that feels incredibly lifelike. So, when you see a painting with convincing depth, you're not just looking at a pretty picture. You're seeing a brilliant combination of geometry, optics, and psychology. The artist is acting like a visual scientist, using a precise set of rules to manipulate your perception. These principles, linear perspective, shading, occlusion, and atmospheric effects, are the fundamental building blocks that turn flat canvases into believable worlds. This revolution didn't just stay in the Renaissance. These same techniques are used today in everything from photography and filmmaking to video games and virtual reality, all to create immersive worlds that trick our brains into seeing depth where there is none. So next time you're in a museum, look closely. See if you can spot the vanishing point, the subtle shading, or the hazy mountains in the distance. You'll have a whole new appreciation for the genius behind the illusion. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the art and science of perception, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.
Science is everywhere if you just know where to look. Thanks for watching SciCurious. Until next time.